For the second demonstration by Bob Hoover this afternoon. That's Mr. Jimmy Driscoll, also from Los Angeles. And good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Bob's opening salute to you nice folks here in Denver. Bob, of course, will be flying the Shrike on two separate segments this afternoon. This will just be executive transport coming downhill. Now, we'll ask Bob to put the aircraft into a series of point maneuvers for you during this first section, and both engines will be running full during the entire routine of the first section. Later on, of course, we'll be shutting off engines as Bob goes into his normal routine. We'll look for the 8-point roll, probably toward us now. 1, 2, continue around point 3 in the inverted position, point 4, 5, 6, 7, and to the upright position, point 8. The Bob is here is still in Torrance, California. Okay, from your left now, this routine here, this sequence should be away from us, a 16-point roll. We'll count them for you as Bob starts to roll out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Continue around. 5, 6, 7, and 8 to the inverted. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. One more, Bob, and there it is, 16. The 16 is going to do a 16-point roll without engines during the next section. Coming in now, we'll be looking for the inside or barnstormer's loop. Pulling the aircraft up, checking the wingtips now. Over the top, kind of a cute story about that. I'll see if I got time to tell you. Bob was a flying captain, and one of the people that was on that great team, he was getting a little altitude out to the right. I think what Bob will do is finally shut off the engines of the Shrike Commander to save a little bit of energy. We'll ask Bob to do what we call a 360 overhead to a dead stick. I'm not sure I like the description, but then that's what it's called. This means he's going to come down, do a 360 overhead, shutting off both engines, and land the aircraft without restarting the engine. You know, Bob is just climbing the airplane now, doing a series of rolls to get some altitude. The people like to see the airplane roll around in the sky. Now, what that really means is Bob likes to roll the airplane around in the sky. Never seen anyone that do aerobatics of the slightest drop of a hat. Well, it's funny. Now, hold engines are off. You'll see both propellers absolutely dead still now, ladies and gentlemen, as Bob comes by the Shrike Commander. Those both propellers dead still. Now, he'll lose about 100 miles an hour when he pulls up and gets that belly right up there. Now, everything's kind of going to float around a little bit. Anything loose in that, ooh, that feels so good as he slides down there. Yum. I can see that down a little bit down. This will be a single engine loop. You probably see a little trail of smoke now. Bob shuts off the engine. He'll probably shut off the engine on the crowd side. And so you'll see the propeller absolutely dead still on this side. But as you know, whatsoever, two propellers up the aircraft. Bob doing a single engine loop. Now, the aircraft still in the single engine configuration, ladies and gentlemen. Bob will perform an 8-point roll into the engine toward us. 1, 2, continuing around. Point 3 now to the up, inverted. 4, 5, 6, 7 to the upright or right side up position. Point 8. Over that dip right there as he starts at 1 turn speed coming back downhill. Same maneuver that you just saw. The 0 airspeed storm. After you shut off both engines. Bob coming down with both engines running full. Let's listen to Bob shut off. Let's listen. Still running. look how quickly the airspeed comes off. He's down to 50, 40, 30, 20, 10, and 0. Very quiet in the Shrike Commander. Now I want you pilots to notice something. Bob turned away from the air show center line. This is my 14th season on the air show circuit. I watched Bob do the same little safety, brought it in for a landing without any problem. Okay, now, earlier in the first segment of our two-section show today, Bob performed for you a 16-point roll. He had both engines running full. At that time, I told you we were going to perform the same maneuver for you, the 16-point roll. But again, downhill now, from your left. Once more, let's listen to Bob shut him off as he comes downhill. Now, both engines will be running full until he gets near the bottom of the dive, ladies and gentlemen. Both engines will be running full. Let's listen. Okay, both engines are off. Now, this roll will be away from us. Away from us. First point's rather quick one. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Both engines off. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. One more. And there it is. 16. 16-point roll with both engines. Okay, coming downhill now. From your right, ladies and gentlemen, Bob Hoover in his Energy Management Series. You'll probably still be able to hear Bob shut him off because the wind's coming from that direction. Let's listen as Bob comes downhill now. Both engines are still running. Okay, there they are. There they are. Both engines are off. Now it gets very, very quiet. Total concentration required by Bob now. Remember, both engines are off in the Shrike Commander now as he comes up over the top. Sliding down the backside. Okay, loop looks pretty good. He'll probably steepen the loop a little bit to pick up a little extra airspeed. He wants to see if he has enough for his roll. If he doesn't, he'll come right for the runway. Remember, the wind now is coming kind of cross, but it's also a little bit behind him. Okay, if the nose comes up, it's coming up good. It means he's going to roll it. He'll be toward us an 8-point roll. 1, 2, 3, 4. Very quiet now. 5, 6, 7, and 8. Still very, very quiet. Right now he'll tilt the nose down a little bit, pick up a little bit of speed. Kind of peeking over his left shoulder now, making sure he has that runway in sight. Okay, he's made his 183 turn. Now remember, he said he's going to come clear up from where he started his taxi. Now he did quite well, these Energy Management Series, so far as the maneuvers were concerned, but I don't think he figured on as much wind on his nose as he's got. It looked like I'm going to get off to a good start. Now, I have to tell you, last weekend I lost 2 quarters in a row from him. Okay, the inside of Barnstormer's loop, the 8-point roll, 180-degree turn, he's landed. He's taxiing, but he's taxiing into that wind. And he also has to make a 90-degree turn up there. So he did quite well with his Energy Management Series so far as the maneuvers were concerned. But as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, both engines are still off. Been off since you shut them out there. Well, I'm sure you knew he was going to make it. I suspected highly he was going to make it, and he knew all the time he was going to make it. But nonetheless,